Someone flips me a bag body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
We're back.
Rico! Man, that intro tune. That intro tune get you.
I do love it. I genuinely, it slaps, doesn't it, Rah?
Yeah, courtesy of Crispy NG's cousin, I believe. Yeah.
I like.
Do you understand it?
Yeah.
The lyrics. Okay,
yeah.
you're still a youth. It's right that I don't understand it.
I'm sorry, I'm not 60, Rah. I do apologize.
Yeah. Man, well, a lot has happened. A lot's going to happen. I think we got to go chronologically, yeah. Let's look back last weekend, man. Oh, I was
you
ringside.
lead the show, Mr. Rah.
I was.
You lead it.
You know, at Wembley Arena, I was waiting for you, and your boy Lee said, unfortunately, you didn't make it. So sorry to hear that. But yeah, it was sad, wasn't it, seeing what happened to Big Joe?
Well, there was a lot of media there, wasn't there?
Yeah. So yeah, Joe Joyce. For now, that dream's on hold, eh? He's at a hell of a right.
Are we gonna start with Joyce then? Are we?
Yeah, come on, it's a big thing that happened last week. And yeah, the heavyweight scene has now.
Big up to my guy, Buyaka Saka right now.
Bukayo,
you, Saka.
Bukayo, listen, Bukayo, you're one of the reasons we were forced to come out of cryogenic suspension that we were
genuinely, Saka. Yeah. You're like one of the main. You, Ellis, Paloma, you guys are literally the ones that, like, Rah and I, Rah and I have mad schedules. I'm not even gonna lie to anybody, like we do. However, we love this channel. We give everything that we can to this channel. Rah will attest to this. And we love the fans and we love you guys, honestly. And we are going to be consistent. And we are going to we come back and we do this for you guys, okay, specifically. So yeah, don't and I did not forget my promise. I think somebody wanted Hasim Rahman Jr. I have not forgot my promise to that person. I think it might have been Ellis. I have been speaking to him for obvious reasons. Big up Tony, bro. For obvious reasons, like Tony, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been speaking to him. Before we start the show, I just want to address you right there and there.
Big up Tony.
He's big up Tony. Tony, you probably saw what happened the last time that he was out in the ring. I've spoken to him. He's just not doing interviews right now, like, you know, and I've spoken to him at length. So I will keep my promise to you, and he will do media again, just not right now. Let's maybe give it until like maybe November, that time there. But I will keep my promise, and he will be on the channel. And we will be talking to him, so just don't worry about all of that stuff. But the RnR Hour is back, Rah.
So when did we do our last one? It was live from Wrocław, weren't it? Since then, yeah, things have shifted again in the heavyweight division, as we were saying. Bukayo, big up Bukayo, pointed out Chinese power. A couple of the guys I spoke to after the show asked them, our esteemed colleagues Andy Clark and Dev Sani, asked them, is this a seminal moment in the history of the heavyweight division?
I love it.
See, he's a top guy.
He's a good man. I love Dev Sani. I love him.
One fight away from becoming the first Asian heavyweight champ. You know what? If he fights Fury next, which is a very big if, I think he knocks Fury out. You know, I think he knocks Fury out.
Well, Rah, that depends. That depends on if Fury has the quote-unquote nutsack to come in with the bang zang zang-a-lang lang zicka 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 zicka. So I tell you what you want, what you really really want. I want to zang, I want to zang, I want to zang. You man might not be, you might not be old enough for them lyrics there, but those were the exact lyrics that the Spice Girls they said. I want to zang, I want to zang. That's exactly what Scary Spice said. And just going on from what Scary Spice was saying was that, you know, Zhang has gotten through 2 DOS of U6 mandatories. Ra, I want to know from you, and like I always love to, because you know you're my brother. I want to know what you think of the fact that Zhang, the Bang Zhang, ticka ticka, Zilly, he absolutely pieced up Hergovich. He absolutely pieced up Hergovich. He's destroyed any type of 5 times bone density of a 1 Joe Joyce. I was an advocate of the bone density. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because he I'll leave the Freemasons things aside. But Ra, I need to know from you, what do you think of Zhang's next move go?
Well, I think his move will be to try and corner Fury. He keeps asking for Fury after the first fight with Joe, which we were at. Remember, that's where we first met. It's where our bromance began.
I know. Where we first that first I first high-fived Ra at the first Zhang show, and I spudded Zhang. And I believe that my spiritual energy, when I spudded Zhang that time, added to his victories thus far. So
Yeah.
not taking anything away from China, as Donald Trump would say. But I believe that I believe that I gave Zilly Zhang Zhang bit the bang. Ticka soul, tell me what you want. I believe that I gave him that right correct spiritual energy that has given him so much
that bang.
and also I still have the same shoe that has Joe Joyce's blood on it. I'm keeping it for cloning purposes, Ra.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me why. The government wants to ask me why, but they're not going to get the answer. But I want an answer from you, Ra. I want to know, right? Where does Joe Joyce go from here?
You know what? I've heard people like Tony Bellew and Frotch going, "Oh, his punch resistance is gone." Listen, I think the importance of punch resistance is overstated. I don't think it's gone. It's degraded. It has degraded. But you know what? All of the top 4 guys, their punch resistance is all degraded. They're all well into their 30s. It's naturally going to degrade. Where he needs to go next, if it was me managing him, and I'll tell you what, taking that Zhang fight, serious question marks about his management there, but let him have a rest for the rest of the year. Early next year, I think come back with a knockover. And then in the summer, another contender who's in a similar position to him, i.e. has come off a shock loss or a bad loss. Maybe, that interesting fight at the weekend. One I wanted to go to, which you almost got me into, the Valine Gassiev fight. Maybe the loser of that, for example. Yeah.
So good.
Maybe I've seen people online mentioning Tony Yoka. That'd be a good one. Rematch the controversial Olympic final. Yoka, he's looked unimpressive of late, coming off couple of defeats.
Ugh,
so yeah, there's still fights there for him. He's no longer at he's no longer at the top table. Yeah.
Wait, what do you call southern area in France? Do you call it laissez what is it?
Arrière de la Sud.
Southern Elioto, bottom of the barrel. Oh my God, what do you do? 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 Well, for me, and people like me, the French heavyweight scene is non-existent. But what I wanted to actually highlight, Raw, was that Tony Yoka is useless.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say respectfully. I'm not gonna lie. No, no, it's not gonna be that. Tony Yoka was gifted his medal. He has proved thus far, coming out of. Is there a domestic level in France? Does anybody
No,
know if
because there's like 2 heavyweights in France, him and Takam, and he came out second best in that. So.
Oh, oh, oh my gosh. Okay,
So,
moving on. So obviously France doesn't have any type of domestic scene or anything that or above. What do you think, Rob?
yeah, no, I don't think he should retire. Too early to say if he's got nothing left just off the back of one knockout defeat. It weren't the worst knockout either. It was no worse than say Lennox Lewis's knockout to Hasim Rahman or Oliver McCall, which he came back from. And admittedly, I know Lewis had way more skill than Joyce. But there's plenty of heavyweights who aren't as good as the crop of heavyweights Lewis had to fight. So I think there's fights there for him at 38, and with the logistics of heavyweight title fights being so long-winded, I don't think, sadly, he'll ever get a crack at the heavyweight title. But if he still wants to fight on, I think he can still be in some interesting fights in the contender level. So that's where I'd go with him. As for Zhang, he's got to get in touch with some officials in the Chinese Communist Party. Tell them, look, get hold of some of the top Chinese billionaire oligarchs. Tell them they all got to contribute to get Fury in the ring for however much money he wants. And I think that's the fight he should target. I think Fury's vulnerable, and I think he can knock him out and write his name into the history books. That's what I think he will try and do. Tony Ellis.
Tony Ellis is hilarious. This guy is killing me right now.
Tony, do you not know Joyce is actually part of Fisher's management team? So he's not gonna beat up his own client, is he? Or get beaten up by.
Not only that, this guy just said what? Joyce v. Fisher. Is that a step down, brother?
Next door, is that a step down?
Bro.
Yeah, listen, people are saying that without his chin, they say Joyce is just British level. Yeah, it's disrespect because not many heavyweights fight the way Zhang does. So just because Zhang can do, that little gig that you said, it don't mean many of don't mean many others can. So yeah,
Fisher's dad knows all about Chinese power. shout out to Tony Ellis, bro. Look, Tony.
All right.
Go on, Ra. Go on.
Listen, I think let's leave last week alone. I think it's been discussed enough, and I just think this is just temptation for you guys to just be.
No, right. Let them get it out. Let him get him out. Let him get it out. Because at the end of the day, look. Jesus Christ. Look, I've met Mama Joe. Lovely woman. That's where my mind went. I won't lie. Ra knows this. I actually said that it was going to be a repeat. I think because there was this hype. Just like with all British media and fighters, when they do well, you saw Joseph Parker get absolutely put in the dirt by Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he fought the fight where that was going to happen. Ra, you can attest this. You don't trade with somebody one-dimensional. Okay, if you go one-dimensional with somebody one-dimensional, bigger than you, stronger than you, if Joe was to keep it at distance, if he was to fight outside the box, if he was not in fight, he would have won that fight. However, he tried to prove something that was unprovable for a man of his stature and a man of his abilities that he lacked for the fight that he fought. That's why he lost. You know, not taking anything away from Joe, because that was a great victory from him. There were so many people that were gassed. There were people that were saying that, you know, Joe Joyce absolutely destroys Fury, destroys Wilder, destroys AJ. And I was just like, you lot, man, come on. Come on. It's not that. It was never that. You know, you cannot block punches with your face and call it defense for like 10 years and just be like, oh yeah, I'm the best heavyweight ever. It just doesn't work like that, guys. Like, I'll be real. I'll say this to Joyce's face, like, you know, like I always say, I'm media, but I'm not media. So you know, we'll you know, Rah, if you have anything more to say about the Joe Joyce debacle, I think we'll go on to the winner, Zhang, and his prosperous future, and the people that I think that he should fight, and the people that you think that he should fight. But I want you to go first.
Again, because of his age, like I said, he's been calling for Fury. I think that's what he should really pursue. He should try and use whatever avenues he can to leave at that fight.
Trey. Big up, Trey.
Big up, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Well, much love, all of you. You've missed us.
We love you, Mom.
Yeah. Listen, Zhang, he's 40 or 41. Time ain't on his side. If he wants to write his name in the history books as the first Asian heavyweight champ, they've got to pull out all the stops to get Fury in. Reason I say Fury, I think he's got more of a chance of knocking Fury out than he does Usyk. I still maintain, even though we didn't see it against Joyce, that stamina is going to be a problem for him. Stamina ain't a problem for Usyk. That guy just moves constantly, and I think he will be able to evade Zhang all night. Fury, on the other hand, I think there's signs that his legs are going. His last two opponents have been very slow, plodding heavyweights in White and Chisora. And I think the fact that he's avoiding Usyk and anyone sort of young and sprightly, I think he knows it as well. I also think Fury's punch resistance is probably greatly deteriorated after those Wilder fights. So, yeah, I think Zhang, he has to do everything he can to get Fury in the ring and try and get that WBC belt. Brilliant though he was, he's 41. He's deteriorating. Remember, I'm the guy who's that age. I can tell you, you deteriorate.
You've had a couple to the chin area, haven't you, Rah? Rah went to Poland and had a couple of scuffles. I've got the footage. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. So, you know, moving on. Well, just before we move on, for me, definitely, I actually believe that Zhang should fight Usyk. I think that Usyk is perfect for the taking, for the bang zang zika zang zang ticka tick. I genuinely believe that if Zhang fought Usyk right now, he would beat Usyk. Definitely.
Interesting. What makes you think that?
Two southpaws, 270 pounds of pure inside Chinese fightingness. Chow mein, chicka chow, chicka. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Rah. Let me not overzealous myself. However, I do believe that Usyk is there for the taking. Genuinely speaking, you know, from what I've seen from Usyk and from what I've seen from the Bang Zhang, they don't want Zhang for him right now. And if AJ could even get Usyk right now, I think that that AJ could take him, and that is it might be a big. People say it might be a big stretch or big this or whatever like that. AJ just beat a Nordic Nightmare on Peds out here. Okay. And I'm not gonna get sued because that shit was it happened. So kiss my ass. Secondly, you know, AJ Wilder doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon. Obviously I've reached out to the people them. I think Zhang versus Ruiz will be a great fight. I do, but Zhang will not Chris, I genuinely don't believe that Zhang and Ruiz will fight. I just don't. I personally think that Ruiz would rather fight the temptation for a McDonald's Happy Meal than he would for any top heavyweight within the top 10. I believe that he's fighting the urge for a McRib than he would for any top 10 heavyweight. I believe that he's fighting the urge for a Uber Eats than he is for a top 10 heavyweight right now. I've tweeted the man, I've messaged the man, I've said this. I'll say this to Ruiz's face out here. Because deleted account. It's true. Zhang is far ahead of Ruiz in terms of ambition and in terms of not wanting fast food. So that's just my opinion. Trey, can't lie, my bro. We've missed your energy, Rico, and I've missed you too, and I've missed Rah, and I've missed all of you. And that's why the RnR Hour is back right now, tonight, and we will be back every week. Okay, even if it's pre-recorded, even if it's live, mostly it will be live. But Rah and I, even though our schedules are out there, we love you guys, man. We love this channel, and we will always give back to this channel. So I know that I speak for myself and I speak for Rah when I say that we dedicate ourselves here to the sport, to the business, and to iBoxingHub. So don't worry about that. Now, Rah, we have big fights coming up on a weekend. You're going to the Matchroom show, aren't you?
I am. I went to the Boxer Media Day today for their show at the York Hall. Met all of the personalities. Go over to Punch Out Boxing and see the guys I spoke to. Callum Simpson.
Shout out to Punch Out Boxing.
Great lad, Callum. He's fighting a guy that fought Eric Bazinian, who's ranked number 2 or 3 in the world with the IBF. Went 10 rounds with him. Callum's fighting him just 12, 13 fights into his career. So shows what he's about. There's that English cruiserweight title fight. I spoke to Nathan Qualis. He's confident that he can beat social media star Vid O'Reilly. Maybe take some of his energy, like Highlander. You beat the guy with all the supporters.
And the lighting and all them things. And now, Rah, they're not old enough for that, Rah. They're not old enough for that. They're not old enough for...
Oh, sorry.
They're not old enough for the theme music.
But that's a great fight. Met Francesca Hennessy, Mick Hennessy's daughter, following her dad's business. She's only 18, future star there. So yeah, that's interesting. But for fight night, I will be going to Wembley for the really big cruiserweight fight. Our own Jordan Thompson challenges Opataya. Fascinating fight, and I got to say kudos to Jordan. I met him at the interactive play Rumble in the Jungle. Don't know if you saw that on my social media. Got special media access to that.
Oh wow! Okay.
Lovely guy. He really is a towering presence. 6'6", very tall.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
And
big
yeah, like
boy,
I said, kudos to him.
I've seen him once. The guy is fucking massive. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he stepped up. At a time when you get all these guys who are ranked number 1 and then turn down world title shots. Good luck to him. Yeah, he's in with a good chance. Everyone thinks Opataya's levels above him, but I'm still of the opinion Opataya isn't actually proven. He beat an exceptional guy in Bradis, But when it's just one fight, you just wonder, was it just a perfect night, a lucky night? I don't know. When it is just the one fight at a certain level, it makes you wonder.
Can you say it makes you wonder when the guy literally had his jaw split open from the 3rd round to the 12th round, Ra? I mean, is that something that we can overlook? I don't think so. Can he come and I don't want to say shock the world, because you beat a Thompson as an Opadiah. It's like he beats another British fighter. And I mean this with the utmost respect to a Mr. Thompson, because he's a big lad. He's a big boy, big boy. For me and for him and for many others, you see this as a comeback fight for him. I'll always support the British fighter, unless your name is Tyson Fury. I had to chuck that one in there. But I want him to do it. I want Thompson to do it, and I believe that he can. It's only when one has fought somebody like a Bradis and has had his jaw absolutely smashed into bits, and he still beat him, still got to the end of the bell, still got the nod. It's hard not to. And the thing is that, if you are Thompson, you got to come in with a game plan. What game plan do you come in with that man? I want to know that from you.
Look at a face-off. Look how much he towers over him. Use your height, use your range.
Got a fight on the outside.
Yeah, got to fight on the outside, and ping him with the power shots as much as you can to keep him honest. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Opadiah showed great skill as well. He ain't just a really tough guy who can fight through a broken jaw. To beat Bradis, you got to be pretty skilled. But like I said, because it was just the one fight, Bradis is 40. Has Bradis slowed down a touch? There's still question marks for me. I think you need to have had several fights at the top level and looked good for to be able to say someone's for real. Yeah. When it is just the one, I still think there's question marks. I'm not dismissing him. He may well be as good as he looked in that first fight, but let's see how he gets on Saturday night. For the record, I'm inclined to think he probably will win. The way Thompson got dropped by that guy, Vasil Ducar.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody even knows this, Don. And the thing is, like Thompson, if you're watching this, I hope you win better. However, we can't just deny or ignore like obvious facts and stuff like that. Getting your face split from Bradis compared to somebody that Rah can't even mention is very different. Very, very different. Okay. You're going to have to fight the fight of your life, my guy. And that's not bad at all. Boxing is a sport. You know what Malik Scott said to me? Malik Scott said to me that boxing is the greatest show in the world. Boxing can make you, break you. It can absolutely turn you into a star or turn you into a dark light. And I believe that that's what this fight and what the ingredients are for this type of fight. Now, from what I've seen from his training footage and from the whispers in the side, Thompson seems very ready. But Jai seems very ready. It's very rare, you have a Ring Magazine champion, IBF champion. Obviously, I believe that one of the other belts he dropped or what have you. It's very rare when you see someone so silent and then next thing, signs of Matchroom. Now, one thing that we can attest to this, Ryan, and one thing I wanted to talk to you about is drug testing.
Yeah.
Now, drug testing within the sport. Now, obviously, I love this channel, iBoxingHub. I you and I do content here. We do content for other channels. We have predominant channels that we do. But every interview that I do, and I've just done an interview with Mr. Jermell Herring. You might know him, former WBO super featherweight champion of the world. I asked him about drug testing, but you're gonna have to wait and find out about that in the interview. It's you know, I've not had the answers that I'd like to, Ra. I'll be real with you. I've you know, ever since I started doing it, I've literally like questioned life with this type of thing. But one thing that we don't have to question, Ra, is that Eddie is drug testing everybody. Everybody. From the lower cards below the belt to the actual fighters themselves. I want to know your opinion on it, Ra. What do you think about the whole drug testing scenario? What do you think about the whole drug testing with, from Matchroom? What they're dedicating for? They seem to be the only people with the finances to be able to drug test. What do you think, Ra?
Yeah, kudos to them. They're dipping into their own pockets to pay for it. Can't fault them for that. Yeah, great stuff. I don't think there's anywhere near enough drug testing. I wouldn't be surprised if the majority, or not, maybe not majority, but if a significant percentage of the top level fighters are on something. Yeah. Even if not in camp, maybe between camps, I think I wouldn't be surprised if a hell of a lot of them cycle on and off, simply because there isn't the drug testing available, and constant. The drugs are constantly improving. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them, these guys, their camps probably don't even think of it as cheating. A lot of them will probably say, yeah, well, this ain't on the banned list, so that ain't our problem. If our pharmacist wants to develop some top-notch, supplement,
super serum,
yeah. If it
Captain
ain't
America,
yeah, if it ain't on some banned list, that's not our problem. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are on something, especially the ones that do exceptional things. It is. Listen, it is what it is. But kudos to Matchroom; they're catching a lot of people out.
They are the federale right now. They are the FBI catching. Who's my guy from Narcos? Oh, I love Narcos. God damn it. Anyway, right? They are the FBI, CIA, all the acronyms. Are catching people, raw. And
yeah.
At first they were getting stick, and I was like, but hang on, what do you mean by that? In the words of the great Drewski, the kids know who I'm talking about. What do you mean by that? Because Eddie received a lot of stick at first, but now they're like, Eddie, fair enough. Eddie's adopted child, Parsons, he's obviously asked him about the drug testing and all this type of stuff, and it's for me, I absolutely I got an I5 Edward, because at the end of the day, if you're investing £1 million in drug testing in the sport to make it safer, then that's absolutely incredible. But we're going to move on. And another subject, we got 25 minutes out here for the RnR Hour. Please subscribe, tune in, all that type of good stuff. I know it might be quite late for other people out here because we haven't been here for but we will be back next week, so don't even worry about that. Canelo, Charlo, Rah, I need your opinions. I need what you think. I need to know what is in the headpiece of Rah Hakam for that fight. Also the from the press conference as well. There's only one Charlo that I recognize in life. I don't know him as a twin. People say to me, he's a twin. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I only know one. His mother named him Mell, Jermell Charlo. kudos on the naming, by the way. But yeah, 154 pounds, undisputed champion, moving up to 168 pounds. Glory, going for the world championship, going for greatness.
Listen, you should know me by now. I always pick against the superstar. I've been picking against Canelo pretty much since he's gone on this long. I think actually, basically since the first Golovkin fight, I've been picking against him. So that's not going to change. I do think he's
probably won a couple of them as well. To be fair,
yeah, just by weight of numbers, you'll eventually get it right. But no, I'm going for Charlo, like our brother Trey is saying. I think he'll win late. I'm going to go in the championship rounds 10 to 12. I'm going to go as far as to say I'm going to go for a stoppage. Jermell, he's hard hitting, explosive, very athletic, much taller and rangier. So yeah, I think he will repeatedly nail Canelo, whose head movement hasn't looked as sharp as it was in the past. His feet have never been really quick. He has got a great ring IQ though. But I think he's going to get repeatedly nailed and maybe cut or have a closed eye, and getting nailed repeatedly might force the referee to stop him on his feet. I don't see him getting knocked flat on his back. No. But
do you think that John White is going to do better than Charlo?
No, because I think Charlo's going to win. So yeah, I'm going Charlo. Sorry, you misunderstood. I'm going for Charlo.
Oh, I do apologize. My bad. I think just what you said was so like.
It was so out there. It didn't register.
I swear to God, like I was literally like just checking. Okay, yeah, I was just checking the old earphones just to make sure that everything was okay. What do I think? You know what it is? Every time I get emotionally invested and involved in a fighter, I'd say 7 times out of 10 Rah they lose. So am I allowed to plead the fifth on this one? Because I actually God damn it.
Come on,
okay.
We've been gone for weeks. So you gotta dive straight back in.
Oh yeah. Bastard. Okay. I will you cut that bit out. My head says Canelo Saul, but my heart has gone with Charlo on 4 occasions, right? And I've won those 4 occasions. Okay. I didn't bet on the first Castano fight because I was like, no, I don't want to, because he is a rematch king. There's no rematch. Is there a rematch for this fight? I believe there is actually.
I don't know. I've not heard anything, any confirmation either way.
I think there is.
Canelo's got a 3-fight deal. I don't know if it.
Well, Showtime, and the last subject that I want us to speak about is Showtime coming out of boxing. Wow, we're gonna get to that hilariousness in a second. But Trey, I swear to you, my brother, I on live televisione, I will pick the one and only, the man that was born single, came out of there, one child, only him, the only one that I've seen a birth certificate for, because I was pretty much there, is Jermell, J-E Mel Charlo. Okay. I believe that he will win. I don't think that he's going to knock out Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez has never been dropped in his career. And respectfully, and I witnessed I'm not going to say any of the other stuff, but I believe that he'll probably win on points. Okay, I believe that it will be a split decision points win to him, which is crazy and outrageous, but that's exactly what boxing is. Crazy and outrageous. So I'm going to go with Lions only by split decision win. And yeah, I've put that out into the internet, and God bless me. And you, Ra, seeing as we're both in the same boat on
Two of
this
us.
one. Yeah, yeah, for real. And Trey.
Come on, Mel. Let's do it.
Come on, MELL. Only Charlo, by the way. The only one I've seen a birth certificate for. I don't know who else anything is talking about, whatever. I've only seen one Charlo. I only follow one on social media and other aspects of life.
Well,
I only know one undisputed.
Jermell himself says he hasn't got a brother. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep it to Maury then. We'll keep it to Maury. We'll keep it to Jerry Springer. Just one.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned Showtime, yeah? Showtime, yes. Is it confirmed? Have they officially said they're wrapping up their boxing? Or is that just
have it on
rumors?
1,000,000% confirmation, Rah. And I want to shout out to Raf, my brother, good friend of mine. He 100,000,000% gave me the 1,000,000% go ahead to actually say that Showtime is out of the boxing business. I don't really know what to tell you. I believe that anything that they do display on boxing will be on pay-per-view. So I believe that Uncle Al, everybody knows that I'm a 1/10 Heyman on my brother, sister's, cousin's, uncle, sister's side. Don't worry about my birth certificates. You don't need to see that shit. But from what I understand, is that Showtime is out of boxing. Only exceptional fights will be shown on a pay-per-view, from what I understand. And this has been going on for a number of years, Rah. It's, do I want to say surprising? Not really. You know, it seems to me that that's how it was going anyway. As I understand it, you know, Fox, obviously they are still with Fox, from what I believe. Yes, Tony. So we'll only have the likes of Canelo, Tank, that type of thing. However, you know, if I was Al, I don't think that I would show the pay-per-view on Showtime if I was Al Hain. If I'm distributing my normal shows for the Boxing Premier Champions, I would put everything on Fox, and I would put pay-per-views on Fox. I would not touch Showtime, as they've not renewed any type of you know, as they've not renewed any type of deal with me. But that's just me personally. This is what I'm giving you from the group chat. Okay, the family group chat. That's all I'm giving you.
I was going to say, I disagree that it's bad. Some people say, you know, that the competition is good. I actually think the TV.
No, less broadcasters is good, Rah. Less broadcasters.
Yeah, I think that the TV companies are the biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, whatever fighters and promoters say about splits, A side, B side, all this, ultimately the power brokers are the TV companies. Yeah, because they're the people that put up the money and draw the bulk of the money. Yeah. So when they've invested a certain amount of money into a asset, they're the ones who are going to block, you know, them not being able to cash out or get their return on investment. You got to remember, these TV executives, they're probably not sports fans or boxing fans. They're purely number crunchers. That's all right. It's their business. But yeah, having them out of the scene might help, because presumably PBC will now have to go to another broadcaster. And if it's one that already is keen on doing boxing.
Not even another one. Fox, right there. Got Fox, Discovery. Discovery, obviously, you know, links with DAZN and all this. Link them all together, put them all together, and give us the fights that we want. We don't want any nonsense. We don't want any type of I don't want to have to age another 10 years, Rah, and I know that you definitely don't. Because you're obviously younger than me. I don't. I don't want to have to go another 10 years, right? You and me doing the RnR Hour, and we're both bitching about the fact that we've not seen Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I do not want that. I don't want my daughter to go to school, college, university, put me in a home, and then we still haven't had Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I do not agree with that. I do not want that, and that's not something that I will accept. So we're gonna move on from the old broadcasting situation. Now, Rah, there is two fights that I want us to talk about, right? One that I genuinely don't want to, but and then one I'm like, oh my god, yes. So Fabio, actually, let me talk about the one before, and then we'll talk about the main event. Now, Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to know how you think about that fight and how it goes. And you can be very swift and quick as you want to.
Not interested in the fight at all. Might have been interested in the event because there was, as has now been confirmed, some good fights on the undercard.
That undercard is banging. Oh my god! And they knew that to do that. Right?
I think it's fair to say the fans have turned against him, despite what Frank Warren might say. He's sick of these novelty fights. So yeah, totally disinterested in the fight, but the event I'm somewhat interested in. Will I pay for it? Probably not. No. So yeah, that's the main event.
No, that's not the main event, Rob. The main event is what I'm going to talk to you right now. Before I get onto the main event, Trey has put through a fight that I do apologize. I didn't actually talk about it. But Prograis versus Haney, that fight is signed. Both men are at each other's throats, the jugulars. It seems that one, Devin Haney, coming from defeating Lomachenko, sorry, I need to say it one more time, defeating Lomachenko, sorry, Trey, and all others above, defeated, beat Lomachenko, made him cry in front of Bob Arum and God. He is now fighting Regis Prograis for his WBC super lightweight championship. I need to know your thoughts. I need to know how you think that fight goes. I need to know. Oh, sorry, Haney's name. Sorry, Ellis. No, wait, yeah. Haney versus Prograis. Yes. Okay. How the fight goes? Who do you think wins? And what happens? Go on, Ron.
I think it'll be a very tricky chess match. We know it looks like from the Lomachenko fight that he has a bit of difficulty with southpaws. That said, Prograis doesn't fight anything like Loma. Don't think his IQ's as high, but it's still very high. But he's more athletic. He's more athletic and harder hitting to offset that. So I think it will be a very, very difficult fight for both stylistically. We know about Devin's boxing ability, and Prograis being considerably shorter, but he is bigger, and he is explosive. But then he's 35, and I somewhat think with the pandemic and what have you, I think we might have seen the best of Regis, unfortunately, which is a shame because I think the version that ran Taylor right down to the wire, that version would be the best 140 pounder in the world at the moment, but I think he might have slipped just a little bit. But that said, I think it's going to be really close on the scorecards, really difficult to score, and I think Prograis will just get it probably on a split decision. Haney will probably go away saying he was robbed, but I don't think it will be a robbery. It'll be really difficult fight to score. So yeah, I'm going to go with a controversial pro-grey victory. Yeah.
I'm going to go Haney by absolute decimation, by destruction, Thanos snap. I'm going to go Haney by absolutely putting man in the dirt. I'm going to go Devin Haney by the dream because I'm awake. I'm going Devin Haney by absolute destructive Rasengan. I don't know if I have any anime heads out there. By Zenbon Zakura Kageyoshi. I'm going Devin Haney, the dream, by knockout, 10th round. Good night. See you later. Bye-bye. Now, for the last segment of this show, we are oh, sorry, Trey. Sorry. It's pro Gray Haney, but after Haney puts his lights out, put him in the dirt, then yeah, it'll be etc. Yeah, thank you, Trey. I think Trey said Haney victory. Yeah, fair enough, Trey. I believe the same thing. I believe that Haney will come. Rah, don't. It's incorrect. You don't need to see what the bottom says. It's fine. I'm going by a Haney victory, and we're gonna move swiftly on. Let's have it, lads. I love this. I agree with Rico on this one. I agree with me too, Trey. I definitely sorry, my brother Rah. Don't need to apologize to Rah. Honestly, I believe that we believe that Haney's gonna win. It's fine by knockout. By the 10th round. Now just going back to Riyadh season. For the final segment, we have, and I know that you saw that press conference or whatever happened, but we have Fabio Wardley versus David Adeleye. I don't know how many yays I need to say, but him.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, Rah, from you, and you are a veteran in the sport. You're covering it for a long time, and I want to know from you, Rah, who is going to win? And I love you too.
I'm inclined to think. I think Wardley. He's shown a track record of in the ring when he has to bite down on his gun shield and fight. He can do that. He that's what I think. That's one factor. Adeleye, we've not seen him do that. He's had opponents that were made for him. He's had it all his own way. But also the psychological dive into this fracas that they put on. David Adeleye has been instigating this, first turning up to that press conference and then to this Riyadh season event and looking to provoke something. Yeah. Adeleye thinks that because Wardley is, well-spoken and, articulate, he ain't, gangster enough. Yeah. And I've heard him say this to people like Fraser Clark. You ain't built like me. So, see, a lot of these guys
you ain't got the minerals, bruv.
See, there's this idea that goes around in this sport. These badman types think because they can be more of an intimidating presence, like out on the street or whatever, they think it will translate to the ring. It don't.
No, it doesn't.
Because look, two of the baddest guys ever, Roberto Duran and Mike Tyson, the nice guys made them quit. Sugar Ray Leonard, the pretty boy, outboxed him and made Duran quit. The guy from, the streets, the barrio.
Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank Sr.
Yeah. the
perfect example.
The posh guy. And then Evander Holyfield, the humble church-going boy, attacked Mike Tyson, the baddest man on earth, attacked him head on, and made him bitch out and look to get out of the fight by biting his way out. Yeah. So these I've said this to Trey as well. I know he disagrees with me about Tank. I don't rate these guys who give it the large because they're street tough. I don't think being street tough translates to you being a greater fighter in the ring. Yeah, where there's rules, and then there's a certain way of fighting where you can't resort to dirty tactics when things aren't going your way. So, hey, listen, I'm not saying Adelaide is like in reality. How street is Adelaide? He's a university graduate. Yeah. So
I said what? I said, Coach, but we don't believe you.
Yeah. So I don't know. But people are going on about the fact that they reckon Adelie's mate decked Wardley. Now our colleague,
I heard it was his brother, and
I've
been trying to get an interview with that gentleman for the longest. I took a week. I was supposed to take a 4-week out, but obviously I freaking love boxing, and I love Rah, and I love Trey, and I love Chris, and
our colleague Base the Kid, big up to him. He
shout out to Base.
He was right there, and he turned around and saw the thing. The guy didn't deck Wardley. He threw a punch. Wardley tripped over the barrier.
Over some
he
it was
tripped
a
over the barrier. Yeah, the separator cable, like they got in the like in the airports. He ran and his legs got entangled in that, and the other guy threw a punch at the same moment, and it looked like he decked him. Come on, man! An ordinary guy off the street cannot deck the British heavyweight champion. Yeah, you probably and a guy off the street who thinks he's tough can't even deck a journeyman. Believe you me. But
shout this particular right now.
This particular gentleman, we don't know who he is. He might be an ex-fighter himself, because you got to have some balls to throw a punch.
I believe that it's David. Well, allegedly. I'm trying to get sued. Allegedly, that's his brother. Even when you zoom in on him, looks damn like him. I was just like, and I wear contacts, obviously. That's why you see me poking my eye, like in most interviews and stuff. I was just like, actually, do you know what, you man? Yeah, you might be right. But just in, I from my opinion and from what I've seen, I think it's going to be an absolutely great fight. But the Savage Dan interview was really good. Yeah, the Savage Dan interview with I think we have a new gentleman on representing the family. I've interviewed Dan numerous times. I'm going to see him on Saturday. Just getting the gentleman's name. Give me one sec. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Wait 1 second. His name is Rah. Can you pronounce Shaharia? I'm gonna call you S. Shout out to my guy S. Big up to him. Welcome to the family. We love you, bro. Incredible interview from Dan. I actually I think I watched like half of it. So I'm going to be watching the rest after the RnR Hour, which is going to be concluding in a second. But yeah, welcome to the family. God bless you, man. Absolutely incredible stuff. Great work. Brilliant work. And yeah, we're going to see a lot more of him. And you will be seeing more of Rah and myself, especially with the RnR Hour, that we will be doing once a week. Like I said, Rah and R's schedules have been all over the damn place. However, we love this channel, we love boxing, and we love all of you. And it's because of people like Saka and Ellis and Paloma and all these other type of people, and all the people that have been subscribing, that we're always going to come back. So you can see myself. If you want to see more interviews with myself, I think I've done quite a few interviews on here. And on No Smoke Sport, Rah, you can find him on Punch Out Boxing. Please follow that channel, follow myself, follow Rah, follow Trey, follow Bienga. No, I mean, follow Chris. It's first Bienge and now Shahira. Okay. The Al Heyman of our station right now. Sit down. Okay. You're an artificial intelligence. We've never seen you. I've never heard you speak. Stop it. Okay. You are an AI. I'll reprogram you. This guy doesn't even understand that I actually do computers for an actual living. So I'm gonna remix his face. So, but I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you to my brother Rah. You know you are an OG in the game. You are my brother. I really love you, bro. And you know that you've always helped me and you've always been there for me. So you know I always have your back. And the channel as well. Please follow us. We're going to be doing exceptional things. Big up to my guy Trey. Big up to my guy Chris, aka Bienge. Fucking fudge cakes and lemon drops. And big up to our new brother Shaher. Oh my god, yeah, him.
Shaharia.
Shaharia. I love that. Love to the team. Rah, any closing messages from yourself?
No, look out for the content from Fight Night. Doing another trip to Poland next weekend to cover Stevie Levy's challenge against.
Don't go to that same
Laura Grzib. No, I won't. I'm going to a different town actually. Yeah,
good stuff. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, maybe next Thursday's one could be from Poland again. So yeah, keep your eyes out. And yourself, what show can we see you at next?
Well, you will see me on Saturday. I will be covering Sweet Caroline Dubois. That is a very special fighter to me. I believe that she is the future of women's boxing. I believe that she's the future of boxing, period. I have interviews coming out with Jermell Herring, other interviews coming out. Absolutely incredible stuff from myself, from Rah. You're going to actually see Trey with me on Saturday. So I think that Trey and I are going to be doing a little bit of content. I think that we might even do a little show before the actual fight, Trey, if you're up for it. One thing that I like to do now before the shows is actually interview people going into the shows and asking them stuff. So I think that there's a lot of content to be had there, Trey. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually meeting Trey for the first time. I've met my brother Bienge. Christopher. God damn it. Well, I've met Chris, and Trey and I are going to be linking up anyway together. So yeah, you're going to see a lot more content. You're going to see a lot more shows from iBoxingHub, and yeah, Rah and I love the channel, and the show that we do together is going to be consistent, and we're going to be doing it together. So don't worry about any of that. Rah, I love you, my bro. I wish you nothing but the best, and I wish you nothing but health. And yeah, I shall see you on the next one, my guy.
We'll catch you next week, I hope.
Catch you next week, guys. God bless. Take care.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my cards with a sweet one place. Someone flips me a bag by the end. So, it's another one, yeah, it's a